victim and do it yourself.
How, Sway?
Take a few steps back to go.
You ain't got the answers, man. You ain't got the answers. You ain't got the answers. You ain't got the answers, Sway.
Kanye,
I've been doing this more than you.
Doing what
you
more
ain't
than
got,
me? Come on, chill out.
You
bro.
ain't got the answers.
Kanye,
you ain't got the answers.
I'm asking you.
You ain't been doing the education,
bro.
You ain't been.
You don't have boyfriends? Are you going through like your whole phase right now?
Yeah.
How's that going?
It's alright.
What about you? You going through your whole phase too?
No, I'm going through my career phase, so I'm a financial advisor. So I don't want a boyfriend.
How'd that make you feel?
I feel like a hoe, like a real hoe. Damn.
You should.
Who the fuck around? Get your fucking the fuck up, shorty. Fuck up, shorty. Man, y'all move fuck around. Come on. Come on. Let me keep you running.
Every day was a struggle to get my boyfriend's attention. Video games, sports, the boys. But that all changed once I found out about Cymbalta. Cymbalta is the first and only FDA-approved medicine specially formulated to promote simping. This is how it works. Cymbalta is a once-daily transrectal supplement designed to enlarge the simp region of the brain. Cymbalta saved my relationship. My boyfriend went from ignoring me to simping for me immediately. He no longer wanted to play video games or hang out with the boys. He had the urge to wake up early, go to farmers markets, and wear cute outfits, just for fun. And the best part is, Cymbalta is 100% safe, so there's nothing to worry about.
Cymbalta is extremely dangerous and not for everyone. Side effects include depression, loss of respect, shrinking testicles, loneliness, hallucinations, and in some cases, death. Call your doctor immediately if you have a simp erection lasting more than 4 hours.
Relationships can be complicated. Simplify yours with Cymbalta.
Don't disrespect me and say I do everything everybody else does. And I put up my own money. All these so-called moguls y'all talking about, you name one of them that put their own dough up. A boss, you're only the boss if you put up your own money. If you don't put up your own money, I don't care how much somebody gives you, you're nothing but a supervisor. It's not yours. So how much money can you get paid to not... there's no money in this world for someone to pay me so they could call me, so I could call them a boss. That's like calling somebody daddy. How can a man call another man, yo, that's my boss? We don't do that.
I mean, everybody at some point has to have a boss, right?
No, not in Harlem. Oh, okay. Put it like this.
Because you're somebody's boss.
No, I'm not somebody's boss. When I was in the street, someone wasn't your boss. They gave you an opportunity.
Okay.
They gave you some work. You go make it, and then you bring it back. You can go buy your own work. You do whatever you want. It's called consignment.
All right. I'm not going to kill y'all more the intro because actually this live stream already started, but I had technical difficulties with sharing the other videos because that's what I really wanted to do. I really wanted to react to a lot of the videos that are streaming around about, passport bros, Austin Holleman, the whole pay for play tricking movement. I feel like the passport bro movement is being demonized for something that a lot of people do. I feel like you do have a few bad apples that ruin it, for everybody else. But what I really wanted to do, I wanted to give you guys the insight of someone that I consider myself a passport brother. I consider myself a digital nomad. I consider myself a Wi-Fi warrior. But at the end of the day, I'm Aaron the Mogul. But I would love to chime in on these people bullying Austin. You know what I'm saying? You have these people who never traveled out the country. You have people who don't have passports criticizing a man that's living his life. You see, I don't care if you're traveling for sex tourism, real estate, whatever. It doesn't matter. What matters is, are you living your life unapologetically on your terms? And that's what a lot of people are afraid to do. So I'm gonna share my screen once again. Let's see what this brother had to say. And make sure you guys let me know if you can't hear it. I think you guys should be able to hear it now. All right.
It's the Gold Mike Podcast, where the mic is gold, and this is a podcast. I'm your host, Mark Paul, and today his on Austin's platform to kind of like detract from some of his stuff that he said.
Here we go.
Platform to kind of like detract from. This guy is the leader of the Passport Bros. I got up on this guy. I forget what channel it was, Black Development Network. I believe he showed up on his on Austin's platform to kind of like detract from some of the stuff that he say. And, you know, I seen the video, and that's how I met Austin. And after I met Austin, I've just been mesmerized by this guy's content. Like, this guy is, like, hilarious to me. And it's not like that, it's like I'm laughing with him. I'm kind of laughing at him, but at the same time, I feel sorry for the guy, and I don't want to pick on him. But
so it's crazy how much this man threw shade in just, you know, the first 2 minutes. The fact that, you know, he found this young guy on another YouTube channel. He's been mesmerized by his content, you know, which means, and this is when I tell people, man, your haters make you famous, man. They're not talking about you, you ain't doing it right. And the fact that he said he feels sorry for this man, how can you feel sorry for a black man who does not have to work a 9-to-5 job, that's literally living his life and making money off of trolling angry black women? Because that's really the reason why he's making so much money. He's making money off of trolling black women by saying women in other countries are better. But if people were smart enough to know that if you ever want to go viral, get black women upset. Andrew Tate did it. Kevin Samuels did it. It's literally like the cheat code to going viral fast. And he went from a barber, you know, in Texas, I believe, to, you know, a world traveler, you know, living on his own terms. So I don't know what he's feeling sorry for, because I'm pretty sure he's not living a lifestyle like that.
But it's like, it has to be said. And it's just like, I really hope that this guy would mature a little bit and kind of understand what's more important in life. Okay? So, when I first...
Now, here's another thing, right? Austin is only 23, right? What's more important to a 23-year-old than going out and experiencing life? I feel like that's exactly what you should be doing at 23. Going out there and experiencing life. Figuring out what you like. See, the Matrix is going to tell you that, oh no, at 23, he needs to be in college. He needs to be getting an education. He needs to be doing all these things. And then by the time he gets to 30, he's depressed because he never got a chance to live his life. Or guess what? He might not even make it to 30. God forbid. I have a best friend that lost his life at 30 2 years ago. And he never got a chance to go to Brazil and all these other countries and stuff like that. So you can't tell someone that's 23 what's more important in life. Because what's important in life is relative to the person. Let's keep it going.
First said his name, I said that he's the leader of the Passport Brothers. And if you don't know what the Passport Brothers are, it is a coalition of men with a lot of dating problems. There's a coalition of men with a lot of dating problems. They are...
We are a coalition of people with dating problems. See, here's the thing, right? There are men out here that have options that like to exercise them. And there are men that also love to travel, right? Let's see what it say. As black men, we need to hold each other accountable. I absolutely agree. I absolutely agree. I absolutely agree. That's what I want to see what he has to say more. Hold on. He said,
primarily in the USA, and
that's what he said. He said, yeah, a lot of the Passport Bros have dating issues. So I actually said this on the other live that I did. Everyone is having dating problems right now. It's not just the passport bros. So let's just say that first and foremost, everyone is having dating problems. If everyone wasn't having dating problems, social media wouldn't be as popular as it is right now. Dating apps would not be as popular as it is right now. You literally have, this is like the most, like the highest single rate in history. People are more single and lonely than ever. So let's just cut that out. We're all having dating problems. There's a lot of women that said, wow, I thought I'll be married by now, but I'm 35 and I still can't find a husband. Vice versa. You have men that want to start families, but they can't find good quality women to start these families with. So let's just be clear. Everyone is having dating problems right now. But you have some men that are doing something about it. You have some men that are saying, you know what, instead of dealing with feminism, instead of dealing with women that want to be men, instead of dealing with not being respected, the fact that the average man makes $40,000 a year, the average man makes $40,000 a year, but cannot get respect from his woman because he can't pay all the bills. And for some reason in America, that seems to be the only thing that gets you respect is paying all the bills. But guess what? The minute you and a woman got to split some bills or go half with some things, all the being submissive and all the feminism, that's when it comes out. Because now she feel like because she has to work, she doesn't have to respect you. So guess what? That man that's making $40,000 a year, he want to go somewhere where he can be appreciated with his $40,000 a year. See, one thing I can't stand is when women say there's no good men out here. When you got all these trash men, bus drivers, teachers, all these men that are invisible to the average woman. These men are invisible. They make $40,000 or less, they're invisible. Let's keep it going.
They seem to have very, very, very extreme problems dating, and it's like I don't understand, what the problem is. Why these guys are having so many.
Well, listen, boss. I'm gonna tell you what the problem is, right? I'm gonna tell you what the problem is. The problem is Western society destroyed women. Western society destroyed women. Why? Because the government told women, don't depend on men. Take out more loans. Get more welfare. Have more kids on your own, and everything will be fine. There's too much praising of independent women in the Western culture. And you have women that's becoming so masculine that men don't want to be men anymore. It's like the more masculine more masculine females are getting, the more feminine men are getting. America is going to implode on itself. Straight up. That's the problem. See, here's the thing. I love women. I love black women. See, I'm not going to make the same mistake a lot of these other men do when they say, oh, black women is, but no, it has nothing to do with black women. It's the fact that black women are being influenced by America. A black woman at her core wants to be submissive. A black woman at her core does not want to be masculine. But guess what? When the black woman, I'm not speaking on black women, when the black woman gets brainwashed day in and day out with Gorilla Zoe and I don't know, these Nicki Minaj and Cardi B and City Girls, when they keep being hypnotized by these women, that's what's destroying dating. Men don't want to marry women like Cardi B. Men don't want to marry women like Nicki Minaj. I don't want city girls raising my girls. I don't want city girls raising my daughters. But guess what? Society is getting so fucked up. It seems like that's the only thing a lot of these men have to choose from these days. And then, hold on. And then you have the successful woman, the educated woman telling us men that, you know what? I'm not ready to settle down right now. Yeah, I'm 25, I'm 26, I'm 27, but I'm in my prime. I'm in my prime and I'm living my life. So yeah, you are a good man and you probably would make a good husband, but I'm too busy out here getting slayed down. Getting smacked with getting smacked with glizzies all in my face. That's what a lot of these career women be wanting. I'm telling you. That's what a lot of these career women want. They want to go get their doctorate degree and get slapped in their face with a bunch of salamis. Then when they turn 30, they don't like salami no more. That's when they want the structure, stuff like that. And it's real. It's real. I can't tell you how many good women. Yo, why don't you settle that? Why don't you? I'm having fun right now. I'm in my whole stage. Let me see. Yeah, it's cool to lust after, but create a family with? No thanks. Exactly. Capitalism has failed us on all levels. For real. Let's get back into this.
Issues with dating, but one of their main talking points is that, well, let me say one of Austin Holleman's main talking points is that American women are trash and dating overseas is better. That's his number one objective for his YouTube channel, is to convince men, to convince other men to stop dating in the United States and start dating in other countries. And you might be wondering.
Now, here's why I actually agree with that, right? When Austin says stop dating in the United States and go to other countries, right? Let's just talk about the history of dating, right? Let's talk about the history of dating, right? I'm going to go Google it. Google. Because I want to use this to prove my point, Google. All right. When was the term dating coined? All right. So I got it right here. It says, as with concepts like teenager and middle class, dating is a historical recent invention. Right there. Can y'all see it? Can y'all see it? It says that it's a recent invention, right? Spurred by an influx of women into big cities seeking work around the 20th century. Man, I gotta make this bigger. Hold on. First thing that pops up, the fascinating history of courtship and how it became dating. So I'm going to read this part one more time. As with concepts like teenager, middle class, dating is a historical recent invention, which means the term dating was invented by an influx of women into big cities seeking work around the 20th century. The word date was coined. All right, so let's do a little bit more research into that, right? This is a pop-up. Let me get rid of that. All right, the fascinating history of courtship became dating. Let's break this down. Dating is hell, but how much worse can it be if the very act could land you in jail? That's right, y'all. Dating used to be illegal because dating and prostitution used to be almost the same fucking thing. Because if you guys, like, think about it. Think about what dating is, right? Think about what dating is, right? A woman can like you and find you attractive, but tells you, I will not spend time with you unless you spend money to take me out on a date. The reason why that was considered illegal back then, because that's borderline prostitution. Right? So let's keep it going. According to Labor of Love, the invention of dating, a spiraling new history by Moria Welgo, whatever the hell her name was, the first female daters faced exactly that, mistaken in their quest for love for prostitutes. Whoa! Read that, y'all. The first female daters faced exactly that, mistaken in their quest for love for prostitutes. So pretty much When women first started dating, they were being mistaken as prostitutes. This is a proven fact right here. When women first started dating, they were looked at as prostitutes. Because why are you going out with men and requiring them to spend money? As with the concepts like teenager and middle class, dating is a historical recent invention spurred by the influx of women into big cities looking for work. The birth of feminism. Right there. The birth of feminism. The word date was coined inadvertently, it seems, by George Odie, a communist for the Chicago Record, in 1896. A column about working class lives. He told of the clerk named Artie, whose girlfriend was losing interest in him and beginning to see other men socially. When Artie confronts his fading love, he says, I pose the other boy is filling all my dates. But when these single women stripped from their dependency on fathers, but when these single women stripped from their dependency on fathers and husbands began to be courted in public, police, politicians, civic leaders were alarmed. In the eyes of the authorities, women who let men buy them food, drinks, gifts, interest tickets, looked like whores, and making dating seem like the same as turning a trick. Look, it's right there. It's right there. The book right here, The Labor of Love, The Invention of Dating. I'm going to read it to y'all again. So when a woman is, why won't you take me to Del Frisco's? Oh, why you being cheap on a date? Or, oh, why you just trying to get me to come to your house? Show them this. In the eyes of the authorities, this is back in the early 1900s, in the eye of the authorities, women who let men buy them food and drinks or gifts and interest tickets look like whores and making a date seem like the same as turning a trick. Right here. After centuries of women's fortunes being dictated by the men around them, the notions of women on their own gave much of the society a pause. In Chicago, single women were known as women adrift. It's never been okay to be a woman out here dating a bunch of guys. Never. This is recent. When you ask a woman, when a man is talking to a woman and asks her, well, how many other guys are you talking to? Oh, I'm dating other guys. Back in the early 1900s, you would look like a whore. A slur, whatever that's not going to get me demonetized, whatever. So I just wanted you guys to see that. So when people say, what's wrong with dating these days? Dating is so, messed up. Dating this, dating that. Dating used to be illegal. Dating used to be associated with being a prostitute. But guess what? Women don't want you to know that. Women don't want you to know that. Because now that you don't spend money on their dates anymore, you don't do that anymore. Now a lot of the free food and the free entertainment they was getting is now gone. Come on, let's keep it going, fellas.
That's silly. Isn't that dumb? And I'm just like, yes, it is silly. It really is dumb. Because if you are having so much trouble dating to the point where you have to go grab a passport and fly 5,000 miles plus outside of the U.S. to get some good treatment by some of the women you date, is very, very mind-boggling for me, because it's like, is dating really that bad? Is dating really that bad?
Yes, dating is that bad because during the time where our grandparents and our great-grandparents was still around, dating was considered being a prostitute. I just showed y'all the evidence. Just showed you the evidence right here. Right here. There you go. There you go. If you was a woman in the early 1900s going on dates, you were a hoe. And yes, they did slut shame back then.
To the point where you have to fly 5,000 plus miles outside of the country to get you some. And it's just sad how this guy told a story about one time he...
So it's more crazier for a man to fly to a country he always wanted to go to where there's low cost of living, high quality of life, beautiful women, organic food. It's crazy for him to spend money to go do that, but it's not crazy for a man to spend thousands of dollars on OnlyFans. I think a man who pays for a woman's OnlyFans is 10 times desperate than any passport bro. I don't give a fuck. If you are a man and you subscribe to a woman's OnlyFans, you cannot say shit about a man who wants to travel overseas to get good quality women. I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear it. If you go to strip clubs, you are a trick. If you subscribe to OnlyFans, you are a trick. I don't want to hear it. If you ever went in a strip club and threw money, if you ever subscribed to a girl OnlyFans, you're 10 times worse than a passport bro. Because guess what? At least the passport bro is actually getting yams. You're going to a strip club to throw money on the floor for a woman that won't even let you, barely let you touch her. OnlyFans, you don't even see them at all. You got women becoming millionaires. And fellas, let me tell you what's going on. You have women becoming millionaires off of OnlyFans. You have women using being a stripper to become famous, right? So it's cool when the American women leverage prostitution to their advantage, but they're mad when foreign women figure out how to do it too. If you demonize what passport bros are doing, shut down all the strip clubs, demonize all the men who get on OnlyFans and the women who make OnlyFans. Why is nobody talking about that? Oh, because it benefits the American woman. Anything that benefits the American woman will never be demonized. Let's keep going.
He was, I forget where he was, I guess Colombia, wherever he was. I don't care, wherever he was. He was overseas, and he was with a woman that, you know, I guess he liked her. You know, he was talking about how when they was talking, she would rub his stomach, you know, rub his arms and stuff, you know, do everything a prostitute's supposed to do, right? Doing everything a whore is supposed to do, you know, so he...
Like at a strip club, right? Everything he just described sound like a night at Magic City in Atlanta. If I go to Atlanta right now, and I go to Magic City and I sit down in Magic City just to get a drink, a woman will walk up to me and try to offer herself to me in form of a dance, in form of a private dance. And shoot, in some of these strip clubs, you know what I mean? You know what happens when you go in their private suite? So you're mad because he'd rather spend his $200 in Colombia than spend his $200 in a strip club. Okay, let's go.
He had him a very good whore, you know, and he comes to, when he said when he got to the airport and he was ready to leave, or the train, wherever they were going to depart, whatever location that was, I may have it wrong, he said he cried. He cried. And it's like, bruh, if you are crying over a woman that you left in overseas, won't you just stay? Why you have to come back to the U.S. and try to down other women other women in the U.S., you have to down them and prop them up, and then now you look like a clown. And you really look like a clown to...
Well, here's the thing. Men get dragged on the internet all the time. Now, I'm not justifying Austin saying some of the things he said about black women, because I'm going to be honest with you. Some of the stuff that he said was a little over the top. However, if that's how he feels, that's how he feels. If you don't agree, if he's this low, here's what I don't understand. If Austin if Austin is this low value man, women don't like him. He's aware. If he's all these things, why do y'all care if this man is happy about his experiences that he's getting in another country? If y'all don't want him, that's what I don't understand. That's what I don't understand.
Me, because not only are you flying 5,000 miles out to get pussy, you're paying for it. And I have a...
Because men have been paying strippers and OnlyFans models for years. Why is you're flying all the way over there and you're paying for it? Bruh, a lot of y'all are paying $25 a month for a woman to send you pictures of her feet. Like, are you serious? Honestly, I'd much rather you do that. I'd much rather you fly to another country, get a stamp, get some sights, get some pictures, eat some good food, than go to a strip club, risk getting shot just to rub up on some cheeks and support a single mom. Nah.
A little proof right here. Boom. All right. So, this is a comment that I put on Austin Holleman's video where he was showing, I guess he was vlogging his experience in whatever country he was in. I forget what country he's in. I really don't care. It don't really matter. But he had a few women in there, and I was just like, so he you know,
Hold on. I want to read this. KJ Beats. Listen to what he just said. KJ Beats. Men in America buy 5 bottles at the club for women just to smash them. Exactly. Like, ladies, when a man is buying a bunch of bottles in the club, what do you think he's trying to achieve? He wants you to come to a section, get a little drunk, so you'll lower your standards, you lower your ambitions, so you'll be easier to get into bed. That's the only reason. I actually think men are more predators in the States than the passport bros. Because I feel like, and correct me if I'm wrong, if you're a man and you have to buy a woman a bunch of alcohol to get her, like to lower her ambitions enough to sleep with you, isn't that a lot more like being a predator than someone who goes over to another country that does something with a consenting adult? That's what I see more of that. I see more women waking up. What? I was so drunk last night. What happened? You got these dudes that's acting. You got dudes like him that think that they're smooth and they think that all that. But guess what? They got to take girls out to get them drunk to hit. I feel like paying a woman for that type of intimacy versus, what do you think is worse? Getting a woman drunk to sleep with you or paying her to sleep with you? What do you guys think is worse? I think it's being a predator if I gotta pay you. I'm sorry. I think it's being a predator if I have to get you drunk. If I have to pretty much almost drug you to get you to sleep with me. I think that's a lot worse. And that's what a lot of men do in the States. That's the main reason why when a man goes on a date with a woman, they want alcohol to be involved in some way, shape, or form. Ladies, and if ladies watching this, be honest. Most of the time, ladies, when you go on a date with a man, the first thing he's trying to do is to get you fucking drunk. Because he knows if he just says, you know what, can I just give you $100 so I can smash? What? No, you think I'm some type of whore? So he'd rather just get you drunk. And then they don't even smash. and they be slipping things in the drinks, encouraging a woman to do Molly, ecstasy, Xannies. Exactly. Yo, you know how many of these women out here are drug addicts? They be women out here. They be smashing for weed. It be women out here smashing for hookah. You got women out here having sex for hookah, weed, liquor, Molly, like all this type of stuff. So I think men that do that are the predators, not men that's finding consenting women that want to do a fair exchange. Like I don't understand how women talk so much about like control over their bodies. Oh, you can't tell me what to do. It's my body. So why are y'all telling these women overseas what they can do with their bodies? You don't want American men telling you can't get a smishmortion at the smishmortion clinic. You're mad when we tell you can't do that, but you're going to tell these Brazilian and Colombian women what they shouldn't be doing what God gave them. All right. But y'all don't have none of this energy for the strippers. You have none of this energy for the strippers that's leaving their kids at home with drug addicts so they can go shake their ass for a bunch of tricks at the strip club. If the girl is found with the trade, that is not my business. Exactly. If the man is drugging women and doing all this stuff like that, ladies, let's go hang them together. I don't support that either. But if the woman says, hey, I'm in need, and yeah, I have sex for free anyway, but if I get my bills paid in return, why not? And guess what? A lot of women are in relationships like that in the States. See, in the States, we just hide it better. That's all. We just hide it better. Some of y'all women, y'all know y'all only with these dudes because they got money. Because like what sense does it make for a woman to date a drug dealer? Like I need a woman to explain that to me. What do y'all get out of dating drug dealers? They're fun? You know what I mean? No, because they got bread. So that is a form of prostitution. You're with him because he got money, even though you know his lifestyle can either kill you or put you in jail. But let's keep going.
He is owing to something. But then my brain got the twinkle, and I was like, let me try to pick his brain on this. Let me try to see if I can get him to tell on himself. So I put on there, as you can see, I put, how much did y'all pay for the escorts? And I put a question mark, right? And one thing I didn't see when I made the screenshot, somebody commented in the middle of the.
So can somebody in the comments please define to me what is an escort? Because if we go back, hold on, y'all, hold on, let's go back. If we go back to what dating is, if we go back to what a date is, what dating is, that is legal. That is a legal escort service. That is a legal escort service, dating, right? Just showed y'all right here. So the fact that he's asking how much did you pay for the escorts, how is that any different than asking a man how much did he pay for the date? The only difference with this situation, he just knows that he guaranteed that he hit that night. Versus, how much did you pay for that date? Oh, well, no, she got everything that she wanted, so, you know, she just asked me to take her home. And guess what? A lot of these women, they will go on dates with one guy and have him spend $200, you know, come home and, you know, smash another guy. But no one talks about that. No one talks about how there's women out here who use men for food and attention and stuff like that and be giving a box to somebody else.
The thing, and he basically, the person that commented basically said that it'd be way cheaper in the U.S. So I don't think Austin was gonna reply to my comment if he didn't see that guy's comment as well. So I think that guy comment made him feel comfortable about spilling the beans about what he's doing down there. So the guy, he wrote, you know, it's cheaper, way cheaper than in the U.S. and a whole bunch of other things. So Austin pops on there and say facts. less than $200. So he over there paying $200 for some broke Hispanic pussy, right? And he's trying to.
Oh, I love when people assume that these Latinas over here are broke, and the women in the States aren't. Let's go look at the statistics, shall we? Let's pull up my handy dandy tool, Google. All right, Google.com. Average black woman salary 2021. All right, let's look at some facts. I'm gonna even blow this up. Says right here, median wages for black women in the United States is $36,000 a year, compared to the median wages of annual for white and non-Hispanic men. So, the average black woman makes $36,000 a year. Now, I don't consider, in my opinion, I don't consider that being broke. However, let a man say that he's high value, but he only makes $36,000 a year. Let a man say he's high value, but he makes what the average black woman makes in a year. So the fact that people automatically assume that it's broke Hispanic pussy, listen, you want to know the biggest difference between the women in the States and the women down here in these Latino countries? They're not on fucking welfare. Yeah, they're not on fucking welfare. Add that in there. See, it's easy not to be a broke bitch when you got welfare, when you got CCIS, when you got fucking food stamps, when you got income tax season, when you can claim all these fucking kids, get all this money back. And then y'all still, and then the thing is, they still be the fuck broke. Have scholarships to go to school for fucking free. All these opportunities, all these jobs, all these government benefits, and they still be broke. But then they want to come for the Latina women and just say they're broke and they're struggling because they don't have the government taking care of them. And if a lot of women in the States didn't have the government, if a lot of women in the States didn't have the government throwing money at them in student loans, throwing money at them in the welfare court, child support, throwing money at these women, they'll be just as broke and fucked up as these Latina women. Get the fuck out of here. Let's get back in the video.
Come to the U.S. and really shit on U.S. women as if U.S. women is the problem. It's obviously he's the problem, and I think it's just extremely funny how this guy is, sprouting up. He's like, hey, more power to him. I'm not against somebody, bettering their channel, but he's like really ridiculous to people that aren't gullible, I should say. For somebody that is strong-minded and understand and have a little bit more experience, you would find a lot of the stuff that he say is malarkey. And I'm not saying that there's something wrong with going overseas and messing with women, but if you're paying for it, yeah, I think there's something wrong with it. But if you just going down there and you partying and you end up, finding a female that.
But it's nothing wrong with a man paying for a girl's OnlyFans and going to strip clubs. There's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with a man buying a girl a drink at the bar that doesn't even know his name, that's not even interested in him, and she's letting him spend his money to buy her drinks. But there's nothing wrong with that. Okay.
you cool with, all right, that's fine. You know what I'm saying? And ain't nobody got no problem with you going overseas and finding love is if you want to go on the deep end. You know, nobody cares about anything like that. But I just think the problem with this Austin Holloman guy is the fact that he is coming back to the States and shitting on American women as if he's not paying for prostitutes. And I was real strategic. If I would have wrote prostitutes, the guy wouldn't have commented on there.
So this is where I'm confused on. He said, yeah, you know, he come back over here shitting on, American women, but he's really paying for prostitutes. No. A lot of these American women do the same exact thing that these Latina women doing. The American women are just mad that men got hip, and instead of us spending our money with them, we're taking our money elsewhere. That's all it is. Because they're, oh my God, I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it. I wasn't going to do it at first, but it just hit my mind. All right. What is this? Let's blow this up a little bit, shall we? What is this? Let's look at this website, shall we? The website is called Seeking.com. Seeking.com, right? Start dating up. Seeking possibilities. So let's see what Seeking is. So, for you guys that don't know, here we go. Start dating up. Seeking is the luxury dating site for successful and attractive singles. Elevate your experience is the foundation of Seeking, where you will discover the connections, passions, expectations you desire every step of the way. Seeking helps its members choose relationships that uniquely align with their personal passions and dreams. With such a diverse range of people and passions, we provide a safe environment to explore and discover and whatever bullshit. So, here we go. Don't settle. What does it mean to start dating up? Seeking, just dropped my damn phone. Seeking members are sophisticated individuals who wish to date attractive and successful people in a way that goes beyond typical social dating traditions and trends. No one person has the same needs or interests, but one thing shared on Seeking is the aspiration to discover something better, allowing members to develop a connection and share memorable blah, 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 blah. So, pretty much, what Seeking is, this is pretty much legal prostitution right in front of our face. Right in front of our face. Look, you got the cute girl right here, and you got the successful, look what it says, look what his name says, successful prince, socially minded. And I'm not going to sit up here and, make a profile so you can go in. You guys can make a profile and go in on your own time. But this is a real popular site. And the only reason I'm not going to log in right now and really show you guys the ins and outs of Seeking, because when I logged in and created an account just to check it out, I seen women I knew on there. I seen women I knew on there pretty much, yeah, I'm looking for a guy that's going to give me $1,000 a month, take me on trips, take me on vacations, all that stuff. So, we are not going to sit here and demonize men when you have sites like Seeking, OnlyFans, and strip clubs where American women are getting men to simp all their money away and laugh about it. Let's keep it going.
So I knew to say escorts because everybody's favorite shiny suit guy, you know, he talked about how he bought escorts, and, you know, escort is just a nicer term to say prostitute, you know, but everybody thinks it's cool, like, if you call them an escort, you know, so that guy, you know, or that's here or there, but yeah, is like I said, there's no problem with going overseas and doing your little dating thing, but it is a problem if you're coming back to the U.S., quote unquote, shitting on American women, like dating American women is so bad, and you're not even doing fair dating in whatever country you're in. You're paying $200 for escorts.
So he keeps saying he's not dating over there. Fellas, let me tell you something, right? If you meet an attractive woman, that's dated other men of higher means, and you tell her, hey, let's go to Fridays, is it a date? Yes. There's food, there's drinks, there's fun, all that stuff. But why more than likely the real super bad, fine chick, if you told her let's go to fucking Friday, she's probably gonna look at you like you're crazy. Because she feels like for you to even have a shot at fucking her, you gotta spend $200. Then that $200 might get you in a position to be able to smash. Versus an escort who is, listen, I'm just not gonna play games with you. I'd rather just get the cash and go buy my own motherfucking food and keep the shit moving. And the thing is, a lot of these women that's going on these dates, they're smashing these dudes raw and getting pregnant by them and then saying men aren't shit. You see, at least the escorts are smart enough to make these men wear condoms so they don't have kids running every the fuck where. Honestly, if I'm being real with you, I think escorts respect their JJ more than American women, because at least the escorts know not to let everybody go up in them raw and not get no type of financial gain from it. Versus you have a lot of these American women, they go on these dates, have a good time, let the dude smash them raw, you know, dump all in them, do all that stuff to them, right? Then they get pregnant, tell the man, it's my body, my choice, then put them on child support. What is the difference? You got one girl who wants to go to court and another girl who don't want to go to court. That's it. Hey.
I'm not going to spend too much more time on Austin, you know. He is a young guy, I believe 23 years old, and he got a lot to learn about life. Oh, and there's one other thing before I go. I do want to point out that Austin and Holleman have a GoFundMe for $70,000. So if you want to support his trick of him, you know, paying $200 for escorts, go ahead and hit the GoFundMe, because.
So again, is something wrong if Austin Holleman is smart enough to create a following that wants to support his traveling and his content, but when a woman makes an OnlyFans to raise money to get her butt done, to get her boobs done, for her to live her lifestyle, nothing is wrong with that. Nothing is wrong with that. It's wild out here. Man, let me go to the next person, man. Cause it's a couple people I wanted to respond to. So in this video right here, the guy's actually talking directly to Austin. So for you guys that don't know who he is, this will give you a little bit more insight on Austin. Now, here's the only thing I will say about Austin, right? Because I remember being at age before. He's just at a point of his growth where he has to learn how to do damage control and watch, because I had the same thing happen to me. I went viral for certain things I said on the internet. So this is just his time to go through it. The only problem, the only difference between him and somebody in the States is the fact that he's in someone else's country and got heat on him. Men in the States, Kevin Samuels, they all went through it already. But the fact that Austin is in another country, that's what hurts him. But let's see what they talk about here.
No, sir, you didn't call it. I've been wanting to go to Brazil since I was 6 years old.
Okay. Why on earth would a black male want to go to Brazil since 6 years old? Where you
They look that good, yeah.
Why would at 6 years old, we're still talking about girls are icky and have cooties? What kind of household would you raise in?
So when he asked him what type of black man want to go to the Brazil since they were 6, so give you guys a quick history fact. The only other place besides Africa that has the highest concentration of African people and people of African descent is Brazil. Brazil has more black people than America. Brazil has more black people than Jamaica. Brazil has more black people than Haiti. Brazil has more black people than Dominican Republic. Brazil has more black people than all the Caribbean and United States and Canada put together. The only other place besides Africa that you will find as many African people as you do in Africa is in Brazil. So for him to sit here and say, oh, why you want to go to Brazil since you was 6? Well, other than Africa, that's where a lot of, my ancestors got shipped off to. So I could understand that. And then he also said the women are very beautiful. Don't you think it'll be a natural attraction for blacks to have towards Brazilian women? The fact that so many of our ancestors and our peoples were sent there during slavery, like that's normal. See, if he was saying this about, like, let's say Ireland. Let's say he said, you know what? I always dreamt of going to Ireland. You know what I mean? It's just something about, the white skin there that just makes me feel good or whatever. I'll probably look at him a little weird. But this man is talking to him crazy because he wants to go to a country that has a high concentration of black people and exotic looking black people? Okay.
I was watching pornography at 6. I wasn't the average 6-year-old, I guess.
Tell me more.
What do you want to know? My dick size? What are you talking about?
No, sir. You said that you were watching pornography at 6 years old. Tell me more. Now, let's back up to 6. Let's talk about your hormones at 6 years old when you were watching porn at 6. Let's back up to that one. Y'all, he said it's normal for a boy to be watching porn and fetishizing Brazilian women at 6.
Yeah. Grown Brazilian women. Yeah.
Who was your dad? R. Kelly? What? What are you talking about, man?
Playing. What the fuck? Quit playing. I didn't do this stuff. This is not.
Alright, so let's just be straight up, fellas. I don't remember what age it was, but at some point of time in our younger years, definitely before puberty, we all stumbled across prawn before. I'm gonna call it prawn. Whether the prawn was under your dad's bed, whether you stood up late to watch HBO, after dark. We all at some point of time, seen prawn as kids. And I think because maybe he's a little younger than me, he grew up more in that internet age even than I did. Because I remember before the internet was real popular. But at his age, they was pretty much born with iPads in their hands. So I'm not saying, I think he's twisting his words up. I don't feel like he's trying to say it's good. I feel like he's not saying it's good for a 6-year-old boy to watch prawn. I feel like what he's trying to say is it's normal for a young boy to be curious about sex. That's what I feel like he was trying to say. He wasn't saying it's normal for a 6-year-old boy to watch porn. He said it's normal that maybe if that 6-year-old kid seen something and he was curious, maybe that was the reason why he watched it. See, most kids watch porn out of curiosity. They don't watch it to get stimulation out of it. They watch it to that's how women look like with their clothes off. It's not really a sexual thing at that age. It's more about this experimenting and learning about yourself. And here's another motherfucking thing. Shit, this is pissing me off. You have kids saying that you got little boys at 6 saying they're little girls. You got little girls saying that they're little boys at 6. You got Dwayne, what the hell is his name? I don't remember. Dwayne Wade. You got Dwayne Wade trying to transition his son from a boy to a girl at 12. So nobody thinks none of that shit is weird. Nobody thinks that it's weird for a boy to think he's a girl at 6. No one thinks it's weird for kids wanting to transition as kids, but he's going to say that his dad is R. Kelly because he was curious about his sexuality at 6. I feel like if he was watching gay porn, y'all be more accepting of that if he was 6. But I'm gonna keep it moving, man, because this is crazy. This is crazy that in this country, in America, that it's more weird for a 6-year-old to be curious about his sexuality than another 6-year-old wanting to transition to another sex. Let's keep it going.
I didn't bring it up. You brought it up. You didn't know that a 6-year-old watching porn is abnormal and perverted? You didn't know that? Y'all, he didn't know that. He thought that was normal.
So, and if you guys can, real quick, if you can hit that like button, I'll greatly appreciate it. If you guys hit the like button, it helps more people see my stream, get the word out there. I'm trying to be consistent with the streaming thing. But hold on. Hell yes, it's weird transitioning at that age. So, okay, so this guy is telling him that he's a pervert, that, you know, he's a pedophile because he's perverted because he was 6 and he was watching porn. So one thing that he did not say, my mom gave me, you know, porn to watch. You know what I'm saying? My my dad gave it to me to watch. What he's probably trying to say, yo, when I was 6, I was exploring, I had an iPad or whatever, and I figured out how to get on, you know, pornographic websites. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, he's never saying that it was a good thing what he was doing. What he was saying is it is normal for a young boy to be curious about his sexuality. And I feel like this guy is just trolling him and trying to find anything he can to like poke a hole at the passport thing.
All asked. Just send the digits. How old are you, kid?
23.
There you go. Now, y'all, remember what I just said a few moments ago? You've got dudes in their early 30s saying these fraudulent things to impress dudes in their early 20s.
No,
so excuse me. To anybody who thought I was making that up, by the way, I know that dude, we friends. Yeah, the guy in his early 30s is impressing the dude, the naive, impressionable dude in his early 20s. Did I call it, or did I call it?
No, sir, you didn't call it. I've been wanting to go to Brazil since I was 6 years old.
Okay. Why on earth would a black male want to go to Brazil since, quote, 6 years old? Where are you people from?
Well, my mother's from New Orleans.
Okay, where's your dad from?
He's from Fort Worth, Texas.
I'm born and raised in Louisiana, lived in Dallas, Texas. There's none of us who ever wanted to go to South America at 6 years old.
So my question is, if he would have said he wanted to go to Africa since he was 6 years old, would he be grinding them up like that? And none of my family is from fucking Africa. My mom is not from Africa. My dad is not from Africa. I have no connection to Africa whatsoever. But I'm very curious that if Austin would have said that he wanted to go to Africa since he was 6, would he get grinded up like that? And again, the only other place that has more black people is Brazil. The only other country. Or if you want to talk about continent, because, you know, Africa's a continent, not a country. But either way you break it, South America, you know what I mean? Brazil has the most black people outside of Africa. But let's keep it going.
What you trying to pull? What did you even know about South America?
What is that proof?
What did you know about South America at 6 years old from a mother from New Orleans?
I'm very intelligent, so I guess maybe I just know about the geography.
Okay, that's not an answer, sir. What did you know about Brazil at 6 years old, sir?
At 6 years old, we had the internet, so I had access. I've always liked the light-skinned, curly hair women that they have down there.
Okay,
you might be too old.
So what you knew about Brazil at 6 years old was they had light-skinned women's.
Yeah, and I grew up, and when I started dealing with the bullshit women here, I said, let me go try those.
Okay, let's back it up to 6 years old. I wanted to go to Brazil since I was 6 years old. What do you know about Brazil? Well, they had I saw cute women on there who claimed on the internet to be from Brazil. You haven't answered the question yet, by the way. He thinks he did, but he didn't.
So we're lying about if they were actually the photos I've seen on. What kind of argument is that?
No, sir, I'm saying a photograph on the internet with no context doesn't give it any motivation to go to a place. I saw a woman who claimed to be from this place. She would have to be the wicked.
Oh damn! I just cut it out. But
God, look.
But pretty much.
I'm just gonna go.
But pretty much, right? Hold on, let me go back to that.
I mean, pretty much that's.
So my thing is, right? I feel like the desire to travel, the passion to want to travel, it can be something that's programmed in you since a little kid. I remember when I was a kid, I used to watch this cartoon called The Wild Thornberrys. The Wild Thornberrys. Matter of fact, I'll pull it up for you guys that don't remember it. Hold on. Wild Thornberrys. Right? So when I was 6 years old, right, these were the type of cartoons I was watching. So basically what The Wild Thornberrys was about, it was about a family who traveled all around the world and did movies and films on different animals, documentaries, stuff like that. And when I seen The Wild Thornberrys, that's when I knew I was going to be a world traveler. That's when I knew, like, that's the life I want to live. If I give me a big ass RV, throw my family in there, talk to animals, all that stuff. So, like I said, this guy is just trolling Austin at this point. Because what the fuck you mean? There's a lot of kids. Like my daughter at 6 or 7, she would tell me a country I didn't even think she didn't even know about if she wanted to go to. I remember one time my daughter said she wanted to go to Japan. I'm like, Japan? What made you want to go there? I don't know, Dad. I just want to go to Japan. But anywho, let's go back to this Joker, man. Not him.
What kind of child rearing has a household where a 6-year-old is watching pornography to the point that they can desire Brazilian women?
Well, I mean, as long as you have access to the internet and your mother.
I know a bunch of people with access to the internet. 6-year-olds ain't watching porn at 6, sir.
Well, look, Google was around, so it was easy to find. I don't know what. That's not a solid argument.
No, it's no. So that's called child rearing. And I'm saying, tell me more about how you were raised. Because I'm from Louisiana, although I am from the civilized part of Shreveport. I'm from Louisiana. We wasn't watching porn at 6 years old. And by the way, by the time we had the internet, we wasn't doing that neither. So for a 6-year-old to be watching Brazilian women in porn and valuing that at 6 years old, now that's how they were raised. So tell me more about how you were raised.
No, I got my ass whooped for watching, so I don't think I was encouraged to watch it. I've been the person to do what I want.
I'm just trying to figure out here about the child rearing in the home environment that, would promote a 6-year-old watching porn. That's why I keep saying to you, sir, tell me more. He doesn't want to tell me anything else now. I think we just had a veneers moment. We just pulled the card.
But what? I don't, because it is what it is. Maybe I was an early bloomer when it came to sexual thoughts. You see sex on TV. There's movie scenes with sex.
Okay, let me just address this, right? Because this is crazy. If this was a woman talking about having a sex addiction since she was a little girl, people would be empathetic. People would say, hey, maybe you should get some help, this, that, and the third. This guy is literally using this Austin's childhood trauma to further demonize him. And that's what I tell people, the difference between men and women as far as us being loved. A man that was traumatized his whole childhood has to forget about it. He has to forget about it. He has to, man up and, just keep it moving, stay strong. But when a woman has a traumatic childhood, it's the dad's fault. It's everybody else's fault. Everybody's supposed to just, bend over for her, give her, government assistance, stuff like that. So, fellas, I'm just letting you know you can't have past trauma. You can't have been abused when you was a kid. You can't have any mental issues because you will be demonized. You will be demonized. We can't be sick. We can't be none of those things. So you know what I mean. Even if what Austin was describing right now was a bad sexual experience he has as a kid, that's not something that I would demonize somebody over or make fun of him about. Maybe something happened to him as a kid he's not ready to share yet. But nobody care about black men, so let's keep it going.
I guess, like I said, maybe I was just a little smarter and I was able to put 2 and 2 together and get on Google. I mean, let's talk about something, because this is like...
Man, let's keep talking about this. Now, let's keep talking about this right here. Because I want people to know the psychology and the character of these individuals claiming what's going on down there. So you just gave us a very good look into the psychology and character of the guys who do this international passport pimping. So that's why I want to stay on this. This gives us a good look into the character of them.
And I love the fact how he's taking one person and dissecting that as the mindset of everyone who lives and be in these countries. Yeah, I love these feminist panderers. They're just so entertaining to listen to because it's almost like listening to a woman.
Well, I mean, what you're using is a broad technique of shaming. You know what I mean?
Sir, you're the one who said it. I didn't say it. You're the one who brought it up. I didn't bring it up. You brought it up. You didn't know that a 6-year-old watching porn is abnormal and perverted? You didn't know that? Y'all, he didn't know that. He thought that was normal.
So, how old were you in the interview?
Again, if this was a woman who was traumatized the same way as a kid, would this guy be grinding him up like that? Of course not.
It came out.
Well, concerning the fact that the DARPA project was the 70s, but if you're talking about CompuServe in America Online, that would be the late 80s.
How old were you whenever you could get on porn websites? How old were you when it came out?
Before you had the commercial internet, you had the BBS sites, so you figure probably around, 10, 12.
When you were 12, okay, that's usually around when puberty starts.
Okay, we weren't doing that then either. It was available. It was available and it was out there, but we weren't doing that. It was available. It was available and it was out there, but we weren't doing that.
It's not on me that your hormones had a defect. My hormones worked when they were supposed to. Whenever I was 16, I think the highest sex drive I had ever had.
Now let's back up to 6. Let's talk about your hormones at 6 years old when you were watching porn at 6. Let's back up to that one.
All right, so we'll keep talking about this.
Y'all, he said it's normal character you have to have right here. This is his idea of normal sexual behavior. Now, how many of you want your 6-year-olds being raised?
All right.
The last 3 vehicles that I purchased, I literally only had to do it online. Nobody ever saw me. I didn't see the banker, and yet millions of dollars moved. Now, isn't that amazing? Now, in your world, you don't understand that. And that's okay. One thing, in the world where I come from, this will be amazing to you. We don't have to see people to know what they're worth. Children like this think that they're making a point. The last 3 vehicles that I purchased, I literally only had to do it online. Nobody ever saw me.
Yeah, I ain't gonna lie. His voice is starting to get me mad. Let's go to the next one. Was this the guy? No, this dude right here. All right, let's dive into his jaw right here.
Austin Holleman. This is not personal. In fact, it's not business either. Cause, I ain't making no money off of this. I'm broke, man, I'm broke! So I guess you can say, I'm just having fun. I just dislike the movement you're following. So yeah, I dropped that one video 2 weeks ago. And you passport bros have been on me ever since. And I just got one question for y'all. Just one.
Why you on my dick? Word. Get off my dick. Indeed.
I'm gonna be honest with you fellas.
I'm better than you. My shape up better. My car faster. My drip better. My clothes fit better. My hoes better. My tattoos better. I'm stronger.
I'm gonna give it to the end of 2023. And if you don't know who I am by then, I'll tell you. Because when life is this good, you don't gotta be fucking humble. I mean, look at you.
Look at me. This is what my bitch bought.
And shout outs to the wife for buying me a $700 sweater I'll never wear outside.
Is this camera on me?
Yes, it's on.
That's stupid. Use your common sense.
Honestly, I was gonna let this go. I took the kids to Disney World, I came back, got a raise for work, and they keep going in my comments. So I'ma keep going. Roll the clip.
Like a one-night stand is effortless in Brazil, guaranteed. And if you can't get one of them, you can pay for a prostitute.
All right. Now, when he said that in Brazil, a one-night stand is almost guaranteed, that's just westernized culture, period. I mean, New York, one-night stands are normal. Philadelphia, one-night stands are normal. So that's not really shocking to me. But let's keep it going.
They got plenty of those over there.
Roll the clip.
Like a one-night stand is effortless in Brazil, guaranteed. And if you can't get one of them, you can pay for a prostitute. They got plenty of those over there too. Huh? The game is still the same. The game is still the same in Brazil. You have some of these same problems. They are just down to a bare minimum. You have chicks that'll cheat on you. You have chicks that'll flake on you. You have chicks that'll talk crazy to you. You have some masculine chicks, but all those, we're talking less than, it has to be less than 10%. Stop the cap.
So what's going on YouTube? We are at the mall. I think this is Santa Fe Mall.
All right, so
Columbia.
The one part where he said that if you can't find a one-night stand, you can just go grab a prostitute. Here's the only thing with that. I understand why some people can get angry about that, but my thing is, I feel like I can give that same advice to somebody who was coming to the States. Like, I feel like if someone's coming to the States, I'm like, listen, man, if you go to the club, you go to the bar, you really can't find a chick, they give you no play, just go on, seeking.com, go on Tinder, you know what I mean? You'll grab you something. We just don't use the word prostitute over here as much as they label it in other countries. But I'm telling you, like maybe one day I'll do it, I don't know, but like I could literally go on my phone and show you guys how easy it is if someone wanted to do pay for play in America the same way they do in Brazil. Because what you have to understand is that being American or being a foreigner, you're going to have that exotic factor. Like that same factor that gives men status in the States, being American gives you that same status in other countries. So the same thing that will make a girl sleep with you fast in, let's say, the States, it's a lot lower. The bar is a lot lower when you go to other countries because they're going off the strip that you're American. That's the status. And then if you're attractive, you actually have money, stuff like that, all of that is a plus. But like I said, it's done everywhere, but the fact that he's super vocal about it, especially after the whole Kevin Samuels rise and fall of him, stuff like that, that's why I feel like he's being attacked. But he literally says it's the same game. Like if you let him keep talking, he said, yo, it's the same game as it is in the States. When men think about it, right? If men were getting the sex that they wanted, would they be in strip clubs? Let's be real. If men was getting the sex that they wanted, would they be in strip clubs? Would they pay for OnlyFans? Would they? No, they would not. So, like I said, I feel like they're just roasting him for being honest. Because most American women would never admit that they're prostitutes. And I honestly feel like at least about 40%, maybe more. But let's continue.
Say this too. This looks weird. I've been rejected like 2 or 3 times. How many chicks have I approached so far? 2? 3. I got rejected by all 3.
Let's stop it right there. I respect that you out there shooting your shot, my guy. Much respect.
I don't know any Spanish besides the basic hello, goodbye. And I will tell you that it is a deterrent for a lot of chicks if you don't know Spanish. For example, when I was approaching a chick a minute ago, she rolled her eyes at me whenever I told her I speak English or Portuguese but not Spanish. And I asked her why she rolled her eyes. She was like, because you don't understand or some shit like that. There's a lot of us. There's a lot of Americans, sex tourists.
That's what I said. Most of y'all pay to play. Y'all aren't out there shooting y'all shot. Y'all just buying cheap fun.
In Colombia. So what that does is a lot.
Again, guys, taking a girl out on a date is pay for play. You're paying to play, right? OnlyFans, pay for play. Strip clubs, pay for play. And guess what? A lot of y'all wives, a lot of y'all girlfriends, because I like how he talked about how he had to send the family to Disney World, has got a raise at my job. I wonder if this YouTuber, if he was to lose all his money and couldn't afford to do the Disney World and stuff like that, like how long would his family realistically stay together? And this is no shot at that YouTuber. I just always try to see things from both sides, and I'm like, bro, the same argument he has, he can tell you if you ever lost all your money in YouTube and stuff like that, your family will leave you. And it's proven. 80% of American women file for divorce. 80%. I heard he said wifey, so yeah. Bro, 80% of women file for divorce. So good luck. At least his pay for play won't have him on child support for fucking 18 years.
A lot of chicks are already hip to the whole he has to use a translator thing. He must be a sex tourist too. But that's why I say you guys need to learn the language. If you know the language, if you know the language, that's like motherfuckers all in my ear. If you know the language, it helps a lot because you have to put in some sort of effort to learn about their culture.
If fellas don't want to put the work in to actually talk to women who speak English, what makes y'all think they gonna put the work in to learn a new language?
If you don't know the language, it might be a little bit harder. So you need to learn some of the language and you need to tell them that you plan to actually come there often or live there.
Like I said before.
So here's the thing, right? I do agree with that. I feel like it's very weird for men to travel to a country, not learn the language, not learn the culture, not learn the history, and just try to sleep with women. I do think that's weird because number one, you're taking away an opportunity for yourself to grow. You're taking away opportunity for yourself to experience, something in life, because let's just be real. Sex, that's a 15, 20-minute pleasure on a, week, 2-week trip. So, you know what I mean? Me personally, I've learned probably at least 500 new Spanish words since I've been living in DR. I know a lot about the history. I study the history of Haiti here. I want to go to Colombia. Honestly, I want to live in Latin America until I have Spanish down pat, because the way America and Latin America is moving, you know what I'm saying? Spanish is going to be extremely important to know coming, the following years. And also, too, I have a daughter that's Puerto Rican, so you know what I mean? I have Puerto Ricans in my family, so I definitely understand what he means by that, about learning the culture.
Paying for cheap fun is not dating. And you guys were talking about not one.
Paying for cheap fun is not dating. Look, I already showed you guys. We already figured out that dating. See, I don't understand how people are getting so angry about something that was never supposed to work in the first place. Like, the term dating was created 100 years ago. You were considered a whore if you dated. And now you want to tell this man cheap fun is not dating. Dating is whatever you consider it to be. You got women who consider dating talking to 5 different men at the same time. You got some people that consider dating was when you're exclusive with one person. You got some people that says, well, you got dating. You got some people that says there's talking, and then there's dating, and then there's in a relationship, and then it's a serious relationship. Like, listen, since the beginning of time, there's been courting and marriage. Courting and marriage. Dating was created by women who wanted to be whores. I will say that again. The term dating was created by women or for women who wanted to be whores, who wanted to go exercise their options and go out and be seen with a bunch of men. See, what people don't understand, being a woman that men had easy access to, like men could say that they took you out and stuff like that, that made you a hoe back in the day. But for some reason, it doesn't anymore. Thank feminism. And please, please, please hit the like button. I'm trying to be consistent with these streams. I don't care about you guys donating money or anything like that. This is just something that helps me, express myself, talk about things I want to talk about, because, all day, every day I talk about credit. I'm help business owners. So this is what I do for fun. So hit the like button.
Wanting to pay these dating coaches, but I'm seeing travel bros charging $2,000 to teach you how to leave the country? Nigga, please. Anyways, let's get to the exposing part, because honestly, Austin, I got nothing against you, bro, but you got destroyed in this debate. And well, roll the clip.
What's on your mind?
No, I'm fine. I'm down to people now. Thank you for bringing me on, but I do want to say, yes, feminism is all around the world. But I think we can both agree that the United States is a home of feminism. The biggest population of feminists is going to be in the United States, right?
No, because feminism, as we call it, is a part of female nature. So when you talk about isolated elements, for example, when we talk about matriarchy, you find a stronger matriarchal culture in Japan than you've ever found in America. And that one is historical, going back to Edo and going back to the shogunate. That in Japan, you have a much stronger matriarchal culture. And those women run those societies over there, to the point that the men are chasing video game women. So if you talk about feminism, we're really talking about female nature codified into a social or political structure. So I would suggest to you, actually, to the contrary, I can show you places where that is much stronger than in America.
Okay, well, can we agree that birth control and abortions are part of feminism?
Well, sure.
That's not female nature. It's not natural to take a birth control pill. What are you talking about?
No, what is natural is to want to exercise power and control. And females... Not for
women. Women do not handle power. They have the ability to be in power positions. They're not in power positions in abundance.
No, sir. Okay, let me say this one more time. Control, sir. Control. Women as a group do not want power, which is what you just said. Because with power comes responsibility. Women, however, do want control.
Now, Mr. Business, pause. You did say power. Run it back.
That's not female nature. It's not natural to take a birth control pill. What are you talking about?
No, what is natural is to want to exercise power and control.
Anyways, I think everyone wants power and control. Most people just don't want to work for it.
So what they want is benefits without accountability. So I'm using these words correctly in their proper context. No, what you said is power. I said control for a reason. So yes, they want to control who gets born. When they talk about what the so-called second wave and third wave feminists figured out is, don't you realize we can control who is born? That's a hell of a lot of leverage to be able to use if we're willing to become very wicked people. Well, guess what? There's a element of the female psyche that turns in that kind of vein. I'm going to use the word wicked way. And they found a lot of women who are willing to sign on to it if it gives them quote unquote control. So then you have the laws start to shift to say, okay, the babies ain't people, but we're going to give you autocratic control and rights if you can have a baby. So now you've got all kinds of control that you didn't have before. Now it's been politicized and weaponized in a way that there was no legal framework before. There wasn't even a social framework. That's what you're seeing now, is individuals exercising control. That has always been an element of female nature.
Okay, and I also heard you say that the women want to come back to the United States. Is that right?
That the women want to come back to the United States?
Yes.
Which women are we referring to?
Foreign women. I've traveled.
Yes, sir. Sir, right now, the governor of Texas between the governor of Texas and the governor of Arizona, they've transported over 10,000 people who've come across the border from Mexico to D.C., Chicago, and other states. So right now, America is one of the only places on earth.
I live in Texas.
Okay, slow down. America is one of the only places on earth where people by the hundreds of thousands risk their lives to come to I'm saying hundreds of thousands, the number now is actually millions, to illegally enter. Sir, this isn't even a question. Yeah, they're coming from all over to get over here. Yes, sir.
Yes, I know that. I live in Texas. I'm aware of the population. There are a lot of illegal Mexicans. But I can tell you, from going to Brazil, I've been to Brazil and Colombia. I've been out 3 times a year. I'm actually about to go out again in 6 weeks.
Bro, you making all this noise on the internet, getting tattoos and stuff, and you just started traveling?
There are not a much.
So I can agree with the brother on that. I've been traveling since I was probably about like 17, and I'm gonna be real with you. When it comes to traveling, you haven't even really got your feet wet until you've been doing it at least like 5 years. And I'm talking about different countries, Asian countries, European countries, African countries, because they're all different in their own ways. So that's probably the only thing that hurts Austin's credibility is his experience. But I can relate to this because I remember being his age, and it's like I knew so much, but I didn't have the experience to back it up. I really just had research and just being around the right people. So I kind of see what he's saying there.
Majority of women in those countries that are dying to get a green card. I even have footage of this on my YouTube channel. From the guy that you said that had veneers and was a lame ass, that dude, his girl, I met her. I have her on video, and 5 of her other girls confirming this.
Send me your phone number.
How do you do that? I don't know how to use Zoom.
You don't have to do it over Zoom, sir. My email address is handlethebusiness@yahoo.com. And by the way, he won't be your friend very much longer. Just you've been properly warned about that. He won't be your friend very much longer.
Handle the. Why do you say that? And handle the business at yahoo.com?
Yes, sir. And you said you're a friend of his?
Yeah, I just met him recently for the first time.
Well, now why am I not? That's why I said you're a friend of his. I just met him recently. Yeah, there you go.
The thing is, I have his girl and her friends contradicting everything you just said.
Sir, just send the digits. Just send the digits. How old are you, kid?
23.
There you go.
23? Y'all joking, right? Bro's still wet behind the ears.
Now, y'all, remember what I just said a few moments ago? You've got dudes in their early 30s saying these fraudulent things to impress dudes in their early 20s. Excuse me. To anybody who thought I was making that up, by the way, hey, I know that dude. We friends. Yeah, the guy in his early 30s is impressing the dude, the naive, impressionable dude in his early 20s. Did I call it, or did I call it?
No, sir, you didn't call it. I've been wanting to go to Brazil since I was 6 years old.
Okay.
Damn, when I was 6, I wanted to go to Disney World. But hey, I guess I don't get it.
Why on earth would a black male want to go to Brazil since, quote, 6 years old? Where are you people from?
Well, my mother's from New Orleans.
Okay, where's your dad from?
He's from Fort Worth, Texas.
I'm born and raised in Louisiana, lived in Dallas, Texas. There's none of us who ever wanted to go to South America at 6 years old. What you trying to pull? What did you even know about South America?
What is that proof?
What did you know about South America at 6 years old?
I think I already seen this part. Let's get this up.
I'm very fake flexing. But let's get back to the travel topic, because this is the never-ending shaming subject that you're trying to do. You say that the dudes going down there, they can't win at all in the States, right?
Most of you have jaded, perverted backgrounds, and in America, your particular form of kink is either illegal or the females don't really dig it. So yeah, they have to go run to other places where they can hide out and perform their particular practices.
Now, with all these Me Too things, these Me Too cases, these fraudulent accusations of grape going on right now, how could that man possibly fix up his mouth to say that passport bros are guys that go to other countries because they're perverts and they want to live out sexual fantasies that they can't do in the States, where you have so many men going to jail for these things for doing it in the States. You know what I mean? If it really was that case, if it was really like that, then all this Me Too stuff wouldn't happen. Dudes would just get their passports and go live their freaky naughty nature stuff out the country. So that's number one. Number two, and I'm being perfectly honest with you, I've met way nastier women than I ever met, you know, men that's into, you know, unusual kink and stuff like that. I literally was dating a woman, and I'm using the word dating. I literally was seeing a woman a few years ago that I just found out that, you know, she likes to eat men's, you know, anus. And I think that's perverted. I think that's extremely disgusting for a woman that will want to demasculate a man and eat his anal hole. But, you know, they can get away with that, you know, and all that. What's that? BDSM, 50 Shades of Grey. But the 50 Shades of Grey shit is cool though. I could like a white man can literally write a book about how to sexually torture someone and make millions of dollars in the movie theaters, but you're a passport bro. You have perverted ways of looking at things, so that's why you want to go to these countries. These dudes, man.
So it seems like you know a lot about me. What do you think I have to go to South America for?
Well, a 6-year-old watching porn, I can only imagine what floats your boat now. After another...
I lost my virginity to somebody.
Okay, congratulations. I think...
It wasn't a 6-year-old.
Unless you were 10 years old, congratulations, son. Do you think that impresses us over here?
No, but...
Okay, we're not impressed.
I would love you to use less words.
Son, that doesn't impress us over here.
No, use less words. You talk for too long when you prove one subject. Just use like a sentence or two like that.
Okay. Sir, pervert, you. Short enough. There's a reason that fellas ain't following. There's a reason fellas ain't following you down there. Because we already know the deal.
I was just down there and I met with a lot of Americans while I was down there.
Yeah, all of y'all are down there paying and tricking and everything else, and that's perfect.
Now, I
like in a strip club, I gotta keep penciling that in there. Just like a strip club, a bunch of men go to a place, they talk shit, they have a drink, and watch women reveal their bodies for dollars.
I did pay 2 times in Medellin. I did pay 2 times.
I'm sure you've paid a lot more.
No, I like to kiss women in the mouth, so I'm not just me running around here just paying.
I'm sure you got a Cash App and a Google Pay account. I'm sure you've paid a lot more.
I don't have Google Pay, but I do have a Cash App.
And guess what? So this is what I say when people make fun of guys that trick and stuff like that. This is what I tell people. Tricking is a lot cheaper than family court and child support. I will say it again. If I could go back in time and I had a choice of, should I pursue women with my heart and love and just trust and all this stuff like that? Or should I, do a little pay for play until I built my value as a man, then find the right woman, right? You see, me going at the women just because I was in love and I liked them and stuff like that, that's how I ended up with 2 kids before 30. Honestly, I wish I was moving like him at his age, wouldn't be a single dad right now. But the problem is, you know what I mean? I got my feelings, my emotions all involved, and I ended up getting women pregnant that wanted to keep me. They wanted me to be in their lives forever, so even against my wishes, they still had kids. But guess what? I guarantee you, those 2 women he paid in Medellin, right? I guarantee you, ain't none of them reaching out to him about no DNA tests, about no damn child support. They're not sliding his girl DM, trying to ruin his relationship. A lot of the stuff that happens in the States when you get it off the strength. You know, I call them the game guys. Not the gay guys, the game guys. The guys that think game gets you in and out of everything. Guess what? I was a game guy. I didn't have no money. I just used my mouth, you know, spit game, whatever. Became a single dad. So, with that being said, I know y'all might not like it. No, I know it might be unethical. But if we're being honest, the oldest profession in the world is prostitution. Again, the oldest profession in the world is prostitution. It's never going to end.
But here's the real issue: if you paid even once, you're already a loser. If you paid even once, you're already a loser.
Sometimes they just look that good where you say, I gotta fuck her in particular. And if she's so happy to charge, she's so happy to charge.
Bruh, you don't mind paying to play.
So, signing up for a girl's OnlyFans, going to strip clubs, going to a club and buying a bunch of bottles to get women in your section, that's all loser shit in my opinion. But because most men are in toxic relationships in the States, because most men are only with their wives because they don't want to risk going to court and losing custody and having to pay child support, because we got this beta pandering male nation that's starting to evolve, you got men getting judged for stuff like that. I actually respect Austin for his honesty. The fact that he will get on camera and said that he paid 2 pros, you know, for some play, I respect it. I respect it. Now, do I get into that? No. Would I? I would if I wanted to. Because, well, you know what? I can't even say I didn't do that before, because if you ever tried to have sex with a woman and she's like, okay, but, or right after you get done fucking, she asks you for something, you just paid for pussy. And every man had that happen to him before. Every man had that happen when a girl gave you the sloppy toppy of a lifetime, or just this, you know, you just aired her out. She waited for you to lay down, get all relaxed and stuff like that. Then she asked you for something. That's prostitution. When a woman says that she's not going to go out you or see you or do stuff with you unless you spend money, that's prostitution. Don't care. Say whatever you want to say. I got the evidence right there. I just showed y'all.
I'm sure you can always go down there and find a woman like that.
And if that female, if your value isn't so high that if you looked at her and you said I gotta pull her, then if the feeling wasn't mutual, you're a loser.
No. There are billionaires that pay for prostitutes, high-end escorts. We're not gonna.
They're losers too, like you.
He's killing you, bro.
Well, look.
Now let's talk about that, right? Now he said billionaires and millionaires they pay for escorts and stuff like that, and the dude is just reaching, because I know plenty of really successful wealthy men that have like a little, you know, little side piece or whatever. So here's the thing, right? This is the problem. He said that he should be able to get that Brazilian woman just off the strength, not the fact that he paid her. He said, yo, if you really this high value guy, she should be wanting to sleep with you just off the strength. There is some truth to that, right? You know, me living in Dominican Republic, I had women that were just excited to, you know, be with a foreigner. You know, I'm fun. You know, I live a pretty good life down here. They want to, you know, come to my condos and take pictures and stuff like that. Same things American girls do. You know, you get a nice car, get a nice apartment. You know, American girl want to take pictures with her hand and stuff, you know, in the steering wheel. Or they do the famous, you know, thing where if you got like a Rolls Royce or a Maserati, they'll move their head to the side, take the picture. It's all the same thing. But you do have another type of women, which are in the States and Brazil and anywhere, where yes, they would smash you for free. However, how fast and how frequent is based on what you're willing to give me. See, I'll never forget this, right? I was working at Comcast. It was this girl that was working there. I actually knew her since I was like 16. She was a couple years older than me. And I used to always, flirt with her, stuff like that. And she'll give me play, but, she'll play around. You know how it goes. One day, we're in the break room, and I'm on the phone. I'm paying my bills. And pretty much, she overheard me paying my bills, and she pretty much said, hey, I wish I had some help paying my bills. And I said, shit, maybe I might help you one day. Who knows? And she said, so you would? I said, why not? So, we started playing around, talking or whatever. We exchanged numbers. I didn't think nothing of it. Because technically, this is my coworker. She later on texted me while I was with another shorty. It was like, yo, was you serious about like helping me out? Like, you serious about that? And I think it was only like $100. I think it was $100. And I said, well, I mean, shit, I'm serious. If you're serious, we're both grown. See, fellas, that's the go-to thing men say when they are about to get a woman to do some hoe shit. When a man is about to get a woman to do some hoe shit, he's going to say, we're both grown. And that's what I said. I said, hey, we're both grown. You got bills. I got needs. What's up? Long story short, went over her crib, bust her down. Then we went to get breakfast the next morning, and right when we was eating, sent her that cash app. Then I asked her a question, because that was like the first time I like really did that before. So I was like, hey, quick question. If I never would have paid you this $100, would you still let me hit? And I'll never forget her response. She said, yeah, of course, but it's not as fast. Then it hit me. I'm like, wow. You got women who will sleep with you, but will play games with you until you start spending something. Or they're going to make you jump through a few extra little hoops to get there. But then when you're willing to spend money, whether it's on flying them out, whether it's on the experience, or whether you're putting it in their pocket directly. I had a woman, one more story. I had another woman who was, and this is not one of my proudest moments, but she was a married woman, and she pretty much said, you know what, I do want to fuck you, but the fact that I'm married and my sex life is not really that bad, I need more incentive to fuck you, just outside of the fact that you're a handsome guy, because I have a lot of handsome guys that want to fuck me, but why should I fuck you over all these handsome guys? Oh, she wanted help with getting her brakes fixed. Why? Because her husband didn't have the money to get her brakes fixed. So I'm telling you, I know women that are in relationships that are married that if they need something from their husband and the husband not giving it to them, they go elsewhere. But let's continue.
If you looked at a chick who you claimed was so hot and you said, I got to have her, if she didn't look at you and have the same reaction, you had to break open your wallet, guess who just got defeated? The feeling should have been mutual. If that was the value that you took at her, with her looking at her, why didn't she take the same value just looking at you?
You know when a bitch is a prostitute, so there's not gonna be no feeling. It's all just sexual feeling. But let me say
you couldn't pull a prostitute without paying?
They're a prostitute. That's their job.
Sir, let me go ahead and break a little bit of game to the lame, crack little boys out there. By the way, did you know that you could pull a prostitute? Do you think that prostitutes only have sex with men that they pay for? The men who pay for it?
No, I know what you're talking about. But
so you're telling me you couldn't pull her?
Now he is making a good point right there, right? Now, when people ask me that question, right, they be like, Aaron, do you be down there having, sex with prostitutes? Have you ever had sex with a prostitute before? My answer is always, yes, I have. But ask me, have I paid them? See, that's the difference. See, there are women that I know that, you know, whatever they do with their coochie on their time, they do that on their time, but they don't charge me. Or I might know what they do, and I'm like, yo, that's what you do on your time. I'm strapping up anyway. The problem is, you got some of these dudes out here smashing women raw and don't know that they're prostitutes because they're acting like they're not. You know what I mean? All these women, you know what I'm saying, having babies and telling men that they belong to them, but they really belong to somebody else. Like, that's all, you know, that's all within that. So he does have a point. He says you can't get a prostitute without paying. He said no, because they're prostitutes. Like, that's their job. Guess what? I understand that. But also, I do know women that are prostitutes, but they're prostitutes for other dudes. They just fuck with me because I'm a good dude. I'm a good time. But I have had experience with women that they didn't charge me, but they charge other men. So I can see where my man is coming from with that. And that does go along with being high value too, because that's another thing. Like, women like to be around me down here because, you know, my Spanish is improving every day. You know what I'm saying? I like to get yachts. I like to go out to nice ass places. I like to get a section in the club. So those are the reason why those girls that are normally prostitutes will be around me for free. You know what I mean? Then to add on top of that, you know what I mean? I handle business, you know what I mean, downtown, if you know what I'm saying. So those are like the reasons that entice those type of women to be with me without me having to pay them. A lot of the times, the only reason I would pay is to get rid of them. And that's what a lot of people don't understand. You don't pay a woman to smash. You pay her to leave. See, that's the problem. When you getting these women off a game and you spit game to them and you game, you a Mac, that's how you attract stalkers. That's how you attract women who trap you into pregnancies you don't want to be in. But let's continue.
Regardless,
I can.
You didn't.
I want to cut, but it's just too funny.
Because I don't have time.
Yeah, he never heard that, y'all. As I said, these fellas are new.
No.
They're lame. They don't know anything.
There are porn stars. What's her name? Mia Khalifa. She has a loser for a boyfriend. Yeah, I know that. I know that sex workers have boyfriends. She is a.
Whoa! He brought up another one. Porn stars. Pornos are legal prostitution. I honestly don't understand how porno is not considered like prostitution. You literally have a woman and a man having sex for money, and wouldn't do that otherwise unless they were being paid. But like I said, that's America, man.
Yeah, but if you're paying when there's another guy who isn't, guess who? If you're paying and there's another man who isn't, guess who the lame is, son? I don't like being a lame.
So, well, I'm not a lame, but anyway,
if you're paid, you're a lame.
I'm not traveling to South America for prostitutes. We travel to South America to get girlfriend experiences with actual feminine women.
But that's not your girlfriend. And when you leave Colombia, she's giving the same experience to the next guy for $60. And cut the bullshit with the whole feminine woman in South America. Any woman who is selling you an experience will provide femininity. When you go to the strip club, the ladies are all nice to you.
Finally, he said strip club. I just messed up the damn point. Finally, the man said strip club. Finally. Hold on, I just lost my damn place.
A woman like that.
And if that female, if your value isn't so high, you said these fellas are new, they're lame, they don't know anything. But if you're paying when there's another guy who isn't, guess who? If you're paying and there's another man who isn't, guess who the lame is, son? I don't like being a lame.
So, well, I'm not a lame, but anyway,
if you're paid, you're a lame.
I'm not traveling to South America for prostitutes. We travel to South America to get girlfriend experiences with actual feminine women.
But that's not your girlfriend. And when you leave Colombia, she's giving the same experience to the next guy for $60. And cut the bullshit with the whole feminine woman in South America. Any woman who is selling you an experience will provide femininity. When you go to the strip club, the ladies are all nice to you, calling you Big Daddy. They're selling you an experience. They're selling you a dream. Strippers get real feminine when you coming in. They touching you and making you feel all good. It's an experience.
You're not going to convince me that the women in the United States are being raised to be feminine like they were 100 years ago.
What is the single mother rate in Colombia, son?
That doesn't matter.
Yes, it does, because you're claiming that they're different down there than they are up here, and you don't even know what the...
Let's look that up. Let's look that up. Single mom rate in Colombia. Regarding the family structure, it points out that most children in the world live in a household with two parents. However, in South America, more than half the children are born to single mothers. And Colombia, in particular, reported the highest rate in the region. 84% of Colombian children are born out of wedlock. Wow, I did not know that. Wow. That is crazy. Sheesh, I don't even think it's that bad in the States. Oh my God. I just learned something. Let's see. The document compiled, Bogota, 16 indicators, family structure, Latin America. Okay. Colombia in particular reported the highest rate in the region with 84%. In Latin America, the figures are very even. Some exceptions, such as Argentina, which records 13% of women have children without being married. Europe, percentage is about 57%. With 27% also, with 20%, Colombia also has the highest rate of children living with only one parent. This means that 3 out of 10 children only live with their mother or father. In relation to the number of children who do not live with either parent in the country, with 11%, also occupies first place in Latin America, surpasses global only by Uganda, Tanzania, and the Democratic Republic of the Congo. The study also revealed that 6 out of 10 children living with both parents in large families with the presence of grandparents, uncles, and cousins, generating better chances of well-being in addition to obtaining stronger cultural and social values. But studies indicated the best thing for a child is to grow up with both parents, blah, blah, blah. He adds that children that live with extended family, it can bring benefits in a household welfare, Indicators, let's see. Indicators of marriage-free unions, figures among the countries included in the report. The country has the highest percentage of adults with reproduction age, cohabitating. Wow. He explains that while 20% of Colombians of reproductive age are married, 33% are single, 30% are cohabitating, 15% are separated, and 2% are single. Widowed. Asia is 60%, Middle East 64% are the regions with the highest percentage of marriage, while Central and South America have the lowest rates, 35%. Wow. Wow, I did not know that. So, based on statistics, you will deal with more single moms and less chances of a traditional family, a married mom and dad and kids in Colombia than probably in most places of the world. Did not know that, but I have heard of a term in DR that's called being Dominican married. And pretty much what a lot of Dominicans do is that they will pretty much shack up, but act like they're married. And the only thing that won't, reflect that they're married is paperwork, which I kind of agree with. I kind of agree with not letting the government get in between, marriage. I feel like if you had a ceremony and your wife took on your name and stuff like that, that's your wife. Honestly, I feel like when you have a child with somebody, that is like your wife. But yeah, that's crazy. I did not know that. All right, let's go back to, let's see, was it this video? No. Who's this one?
Single mother rate is down.
Now, I do know that there are a lot of single mothers, but that has nothing to do with them being feminine.
There's such a thing as a feminine single mother, sir?
You know,
Austin, I'm not gonna lie. You got destroyed in this debate, but I respect you for trying to defend how you feel. See, I'd like to think that I'm above average when it comes to being smart. And the thing about being above average in the intellectual part is you know that there are a lot of dumb people who think they're smart, but there are also a lot of people that are smarter than you. Anyways, I'll let the debate run out, and then I'll give my closing thoughts.
that doesn't
stutter.
Prove your point. That doesn't even prove your point.
So her being a single mother doesn't. You're saying that her being a single mother does not impact her value.
No, I never said that.
Okay, then her femininity is the core of her value. So if you're telling me that her value has been impacted, her femininity is taking a hit, sir. This is called math, kid.
No, just because she's a single mother does not make her automatically masculine. Typically,
I didn't say masculine. I said it detracts from their femininity.
If she's not feminine, she's masculine. It's one or the other.
No, sir. You can have a high amount of femininity and you can have a low amount of femininity.
Which means you have more masculinity.
No, the absence of femininity doesn't necessarily translate to the presence of masculinity. You got a lot to learn about life. This is called deductive reasoning. This is called deductive reasoning.
If I describe a man and I say he's not that masculine, what is he, just space?
Okay. Here's the difference. If you have a guy, for example, compare Idris Elba to Steve Urkel. Neither one of them is feminine. But one of them is masculine and the other one's got low-level masculinity. You just learned something, kid. I'm gaming them up here tonight internationally. This is called deductive reasoning. When you have a unified ideology, you don't say silly crackpot things like this. No, sir, there's high levels of femininity and masculinity, and there's low levels of femininity and masculinity, but you don't have to introduce femininity to decrease masculinity. No, you don't.
Okay.
By the way, no, argue what I just said. No, take issue with what I just said. What about what I just said was wrong? Idris Elba is high-level masculinity. Steve Urkel is low-level masculinity, but neither one of them is feminine.
Would you say that masculinity means that you're the opposite?
That's a question. That's a question. Sir,
I'm about to answer your question if you answer this.
Where's the error in what I just said? Let's answer my question first, and then we'll get to yours. Where's the error in what I just said? Where's the logical error in it?
It sounds like it's right until I say what I'm about to say.
It doesn't sound like it's right. It's either right or it's not.
Well, the way it was put in such a way that it sounded correct, it's not correct.
Okay, so you're saying it's wrong. Great. Tell me what's wrong with it.
Well, let me finish what I'm saying. So, would you agree that masculinity is assertive, not the opposite of soft, hard, like it's firm? Is that masculine or feminine?
Now you're getting into the subject of soft power versus hard power.
So I ain't gonna lie. At this point, I would have took the L on this one. Cause I'm gonna be honest with you, that's probably one of the best ways I heard masculinity and femininity being broken down as far as being with or being without or having less or having more. That actually was a good explanation of it. So I would have took that L.
No. Okay. Well, look. Anyway, we're traveling to South America to get the girlfriend experience. You're not going to get the girlfriend experience here. You're not going to get cooperation here. You can't convince me Jeff Bezos doesn't even get cooperation with his wife.
All right. So here's the thing, right? I've had the girlfriend experience. I had beautiful women in the States. I've had, good, healthy situations. There were a lot of relationships that I was in that I was not right within myself. I was not pursuing my purpose. I was not, making money. I was not being my masculine self. So one thing I will say that when he says you can't get the girlfriend experience in the States and there's no good women there, that's a lie. There are a lot of good women in the States and there are a lot of women that you can't get the girlfriend experience from. My problem with American women is that the government incentivizes them to kill babies, to become single moms and to break up families. And all the woman needs is to have 1 weak moment to let that overcloud her judgment. So I never once said if you can't get a good experience in America. My thing is the risk you have to take to get that experience. I never once said you can't get the girlfriend experience in America. It's the risk. See, Austin doesn't really understand the risk because he hasn't had any kids. He didn't have any kids. He was never married. Someone that's been divorced, someone that has kids, they know the risk of pursuing the girlfriend experience in the States. So that's why I always tell men, it's not that America, as far as the dealing with the women, is bad. It's the government makes it bad. If the government would change, American women will be better.
Mackenzie Bezos helped him to build a multi-billion-dollar enterprise. Jeff Bezos threw that away for a Venezuelan single mom.
Who said he was single mothers? We're talking about just the women in general.
Okay, you brought up Jeff Bezos, sir. I just put it into context. The facts are troublesome things to those of you who are marginally informed. Jeff Bezos is a beta. His billionaire status doesn't make him an alpha. Jeff Bezos is a beta. Just like most of the guys in the NBA.
And I actually started to like this guy a little bit because that is facts. Just because a man has money, just because a man has a high level of success or status, does not make him an alpha. I met a lot of educated, successful men that were betas at heart, that were not stand-up men. So I actually agree with that. Making money and having, a certain level of success doesn't make you more of a masculine man.
Yeah.
So would you say the majority of women in the United States are cooperative?
No, the majority of women in the United States are women. Seriously. Novel concept for you.
Seriously. Cooperative. Cooperative meaning if I say, hey, can you hand me my phone when you're walking towards me, hey, my phone's right there, can you hand it to me? The average American woman's going to say you can do that yourself.
No.
Have you?
Austin, you're killing me, bro. You're killing me. You're killing me, brother. I'm going to have to say I don't agree with that. I've never had a woman say, see, I feel like women do that to bitch ass niggas they don't respect. You see, I have the social success. I'm intelligent. I'm high value. A woman would never dare to say nothing like that to me. Maybe if she's angry at me, maybe we had an argument or something earlier or whatever, she might say, get it yourself. But you would never have a woman that's happy with you that will say some shit like that. And guess what? A Dominican girl will say the same thing. If the Dominican girl was irked at you and you asked her to pass yourself, she'll say the same thing. So, see, I get what Austin is trying to say. He is using really bad examples, and this guy is just tearing him up. But it's cool, bro. Austin, I got you, bro.
Have you ever thought that the average American woman simply responds to you like that?
Oh, here we go with the shaming. So now,
sir, that's not shaming. That's not shaming. That's a question. That's a question. That's a question.
Now I need to work on myself.
I think you need something. I don't know about that, sir. Where's the error in what I just said?
You're just like the women. So what you're saying is I need to beat this bitch to get her to listen.
No, sir. What I'm saying is that if you're telling me that this woman wouldn't do something for you, then by definition you have to tell me that she wouldn't do it for anybody.
Yeah, they're not cooperative with anybody.
So you're telling me that these women are not cooperative with anybody, and I can sit here and show you. No, what they're saying is they don't want to do it for you. It's just
they're not cooperative with anybody.
They're just.
Yeah, that's where Austin is losing me, bro. That's where you're losing me. But I'm gonna be honest with you. At 23, when I was making $12 an hour, and I wasn't in my true masculine, I wasn't pursuing my purpose. I could understand why he thinks that way, but when I raised my value and got on my shit and built my confidence up and built myself up as a man, like I said, like with me, most of my issues with women came when I was low value, and as my value increased, you know what I mean. The bullshit that I dealt with declined. So I keep telling y'all. The only problem I have with American women is the court system. It's the court system. If I know I can marry a black woman and she cannot take half of my wealth, she can't take my kids away from me, put me on all this child support, all that, I'll fly back to the States and get married next week. You see, it's more about the government with me than anything. Like if DR or Brazil or Colombia, if they had the same type of laws as America, I wouldn't fuck with them either. But you see, because he's so young, he doesn't have those experiences yet. So I can understand how this guy can tear him apart. See, this dude couldn't tear me apart like that, but he could definitely do it to him. That's why I'm saying like they're bullying him.
Not cooperative with you. That there's something about you that they're not doing that for.
No. The majority of time in road rage, women are the aggressor. They're not cooperative.
Women are Karens around the world. I just stood up here and posted a video from China where these two Chinese women started fighting, and I'll be damned if one didn't punt the other woman's baby, and then the other woman came and kicked her kid. So you guys have this fantasy world of mythical women who don't act a certain way outside of America and only act that way in America.
No.
Facts are troublesome things.
So female nature, female behavior is more alike than it is different all around the world. But in the United States, it's on steroids. For example, hypergamy is on steroids. Hypergamy exists everywhere.
Hypergamy didn't begin in America.
I didn't say where it began. I said it exists.
Then we can't say it's the center of it then.
I didn't say that. I said it's on steroids, meaning that here, for the average guy, you don't stand a chance.
Show me a place in the world where men don't have the exact same don't have the exact same complaints that you do. Show me.
Brazil.
Sir, what's the marriage rate in Brazil?
I know it's higher in the United States.
Let's look it up. Marriage rate Brazil. All right. List of countries by marriage rate. Let's try this one. Statista. Okay, so it's not going to show me. Oh, here we go. Okay. How do you evaluate this? Heterosexual marriages. Okay. So it's about 750,000. So what's the percentage? Hold on. This report shows American. Okay, let me just do Wikipedia. Even though we all know Wikipedia is bullshit, but let's make it work. All right, let's see. Colombia. Where is Colombia at? So United States, the marriage rate is 6.9. So I already don't see Colombia yet. Hold on. Or Brazil. Let me see. Cuba. Wow. Cuba's already down here. Wow. Dominican Republic. Dominican Republic has marriage rate of 4.9. Sheesh. Mexico, 4.0. Damn, Spain, 3.3. Ooh. Panama, 3.3. Argentina, 2.9. Venezuela, 2.6. Peru, 2.5. Wow. Where is Brazil? I probably went by it already. Damn, does Brazil, Colombia even make the damn list? So it looks like the countries that have higher marriage rates than the states are more like I'm going to say the more Middle Eastern countries, like countries that are more like Muslim based, which makes sense. That's interesting. Marriage rate compared to United States. Marriage trends in Latin America. All right, let's go in too deep. Let's get back to this.
How much higher than the United States do you think it is?
It's nowhere near it.
It's 19%.
And what do you think the single mother rate is in Brazil?
I believe I looked up, it was like 35%.
So Brazil is 45. I'm sorry, it's 84%. Let's try Brazil. Brazil has over 20 million single moms. So wait a minute, there are 67 million mothers in Brazil. Wow, and out of 67, that's almost a third. Which countries had the highest single mothers? Listen, Africa. Rio de Janeiro. Let's see what this website says. Let's see. Rio de Janeiro has the second highest proportion of single moms amongst Brazilian states. According to this study, the proportion of single moms declared themselves to be single at the time of birth over the decades has been around 60%. Wow. So 61% of babies in Rio de Janeiro are born to no father, and the average is 42%. So about 43% of kids are born to single mothers. Interesting. According to okay.
Okay. Now, he thinks that the marriage rate in Brazil is 19%.
I don't know though, but I don't quote me on that single mother. I think that was
No. Because if you're going to sit up here and make these statements of fact, then you need to be able to stand on that. So if you claim that the marriage rate in Brazil is higher, if you're claiming the marriage rate in Brazil is higher than the marriage rate in America, then you're telling me there's more wife material in Brazil than America. Okay, let's start with about the marriage rate in Brazil being higher than America. Are you making that as a statement of fact, sir?
Sir.
Is the marriage rate in Brazil higher than the marriage rate in America, sir? You just said it was.
Oh yeah, it is, yeah.
And you think that the marriage rate in America is less than 19%?
Don't quote me on that, but I know damn well these bitches here ain't shit.
Everyone, this guy.
Austin, you're killing me. You're killing me. When you don't have facts, see, that's the problem. He's going up against someone that's really influent and intellectual. And the fact that Austin is making such strong claims and he's not backing them up with fact, and then going back to, well, these bitches ain't shit. Like that's killing you. That is killing you. It's killing you, brother. It's killing you because now it makes it seem like you just hate, American women this as who they are. Like, you're not even giving them a chance. Like, you're not even saying, you know what, majority or some. You're like all of them. These bitches ain't shit. So it's like, yeah, bro, I gotta abandon ship on that one, on that statement. Not on you. I fuck with you, but it's that statement, bro. Like, you gotta clean that up, especially when you're dealing with someone that's trolling you like this.
Marriage rate in America is under 20%. Now, that tells you that since he's been doing all this, he's never even bothered to consult Google. Common sense would tell you that 20% is way too low. Common sense would tell you that 20% is way too low.
Sir, we're not
Common sense would tell you that 20% is too low.
Feminism is teaching women to not get married. And feminism is the worst in the United States.
Sir, feminism is female culture, and it's not any worse. In America, it's got the only thing that's worse in America is the financial component. The social component is identical.
90 seconds.
The social component is identical. The only thing that's different is the financial component. Because every time you guys sit up here and go,
hold on, motherfucker. Hold on, my nigga. And the laws. That's what men who never been divorced and men that never had to deal with co-parenting shit don't talk about. Yes. The women are very similar in all these fucking countries. You got hood rats in the States. You got hood rats in DR. You got submissive women in Brazil. You got submissive women in the States. You got submissive. You're right. Women are women. However, laws is what gives them control. And I don't want to be in any country where women get the control over my motherfucking life and my motherfucking money. And that's one thing that I don't hear Austin talks enough about how many women are getting rich or creating lifestyles off the back of the men that they procreate with, or the fact that you have women that are marrying men just for their money and then divorcing them and then taking half of their wealth and taking their fucking children, and now they're getting alimony. You see fucking Kim Kardashian just put Kanye on fucking child support. He's paying $200,000 a month. Kanye is paying $200. See, that's what Austin needs to talk about. Austin needs to talk about the fact that you got women putting men on child support for $200,000. The fact that you have women that are choosing OnlyFans as a career choice. The fact that you have men that's tricking and simping since the beginning of fucking time. They just now found a cheaper, more economical way to do it. But it's cool, Austin. I got you. And we finally connect. Man. I'm gonna take you under my wing, man. I'm gonna show you how to deal with these motherfuckers.
The only thing that you talk about is how much it cost you.
What countries have you been to?
Enough to get a file at the Department of Homeland Security. How about you, kid?
Well, I'm on my fourth one this year.
I don't know about that, but I know that there's nobody at the Department of Homeland Security who has a file on you who you can look it up by name. I know you ain't got that.
I don't give a fuck about that.
Then I don't give a sir. If you think some teeny bopper going down to Colombia is impressing me, call me back when you're on a watch list, on a flight watch list. Call me back when you get there, kid. You're on amateur night. No, sir. What I'm saying is I've traveled enough that there are places I can't go to anymore. You on the other hand can visit every red light district you've been in for the last 10 years. I got places I can't go. Oh.
Now, I don't really know about that one. I don't think that someone could travel so much. I mean, unless you're doing bad shit in those countries, because I have friends that were flight attendants that traveled all the damn time. I have friends that filled up 3 to 4 passport books. I have friends that filled up 3 to 4 passport books and they never got banned from any country. So, you know what it is? I feel like I said, this dude, he's clearly on a different level of life than Austin. So he's able to nitpick at shit that he know Austin doesn't know based on his age and his experience. So like I said, it's just, all this is Austin is a lightweight and he's in the ring right now with a heavyweight. I'm not even agreeing with everything that the guy he's debating with is saying, but the way this dude is explaining himself, it just is destroying Austin. It's destroying him.
Let me rephrase that. I can't go as easily as I used to. There we go. I can't go there as easily.
You are older than me, so I'll give that to you.
Being older doesn't mean anything because most of these lames repeating that you learn this crap from are even older than me. What I am is more experienced. And I'm not talking about what I wish, I'm talking about what I know. If you have to pay for a woman's time anywhere on this earth, you've lost.
I'm not taking shit you say serious because you're not on camera.
Sir, I'm not taking you seriously because you're a 6-year-old. You said you were a 6-year-old watching porn, and I would never claim that.
You goddamn right.
Well, that's a testament to your mother's raising, and all I'm going to say is that's a hell of a spot to be in. But when you get around to sending the digits from what's-her-face, send it to my email. We'll be waiting to check that out. Or not.
So in conclusion, y'all was saying a lot of BS in the comments, and I thought about responding to all of y'all, but
Pay attention, you're saying the same shit that he said.
listen, fellas, let's get this clear. None of you travel more than me, and I'd put money on that. No one in the Passport Bros catches more flights than I do. Honestly, my wife thinks I should just let y'all know who I am, what I do for a living, and I start talking like this and start giving it up. But we not there yet. We'll be...
I actually like this dude. I'm gonna give him a subscribe. All right, so let's start to bring this. Let's start to home this in. Cause we going on almost 3 hours now. Give me a second. Stop screen. All right, so I'm going to sum this up, right? Let me go to my notes. So let's just break down what the real problem is, right? The real problem is Passport Pookies, right? Remember, dude is only 23. It's only puts this up. Exactly. So let's just break this down, right? Number one, Austin is only 23. He is excited. He is excited about something he never experienced before. He is also not groomed on how bad the internet can drag you when you have certain sound bites in your videos, right? What I do like about Austin, I love the fact that he is courageous. This man is brave. This man has the confidence to go to another country, you know, be completely honest about how he feels, post it on social media, like, you know what I'm saying? And I tip my hat off to him. You know what I mean? He actually inspired me to go harder on YouTube, because here's the thing, like, I've been on Instagram making money on Instagram for years, and then I'm looking at YouTube and I'm like, wow, this is more my lane over here. So, you know, definitely, you know, shout out to him. I just feel like the way he's going about talking about certain topics is going to put him in the scope of people who hate the movement. This is how I feel about the Passport Bro movement, right? I feel like being a Passport Bro should never take the place of you working on yourself and being a high value man. If you consider yourself a Passport Bro, and let me move this out the way. If you consider yourself a Passport Bro and you're fat, if you consider your Passport Bro and you're broke, if you consider yourself a Passport Bro and you have issues with controlling your temper or whatever, don't try to run away from those issues. You still face them. And I understand, listen, one of the main reasons why there's so much rape and sexual assault in America these days is because a lot of the men are sexually deprived. That's why men spend so much money on OnlyFans. That's why men spend so much money on strippers. And that's why a lot of men are simping these days, because they're sex deprived. So I wouldn't go necessarily as far as calling men that travel to other countries for women perverts. But a lot of these men are sexually deprived because, let's just be honest, and this is a proven fact, 80% of women pursue the top 20% of men. Again, most women pursue the same men. So when you have these dudes that is nowhere near the top 20% of men, they don't even get noticed. And guess what? There's some men, no matter what they do, they will never kind of pass that glass ceiling. No matter how much they work out, no matter how much, money they try. Because here's the thing about making money, right? The average person, the average man makes like 45,000 a year. So even if you can get yourself up to 100,000 a year, you're making double what the average person makes. And guess what? For most people, still ain't enough. So this is how I feel. I feel like if you want to engage in sex tourism, you want to go around the world and, pay for women, stuff like that. That's completely up to you. That's your choice. Just like women have choice over their bodies, you should have choice over your body. Go do what you want to do. Hey, there's even countries where it's 100% legal. Go to fucking Amsterdam. Go to Amsterdam. They're not a bunch of poor. See, that's why I tell people, like, prostitution is going in poor countries. You go to Amsterdam, which is a European country that's not poor, and you have a whole red light district where they're smoking crack and there's prostitutes and peep shows everywhere. So here's the thing, right? If you want to do that, then you go do that. If you're a man that's getting out of the divorce and you're trying to get your groove back, see, that's another thing too. When women do the shit, no one talks about it. Like honestly, do y'all, like, ladies, do y'all think there's not a passport sis group out there? See, the passport sister group is even more quieter than the passport bro group. You got Canadian women, you have American women, you have European women who are fat, who are not attractive, that have trouble with getting attractive men to take them seriously. They come down to these poor countries. They come down to Jamaica. They come down to DR. They go to Africa. They go to these countries, find poor men that's going to love them and simp over them and do all this stuff like that. They marry them and then they bring them back to the States. Women do it all the time. But remember, guys, you know what they say. Men and women aren't equal. We can't do the same shit that they do. So with that being said, I'm gonna be praying for Austin because I don't want nothing bad to happen to this man. Like just the fact that he was threatened and basically ran out of a whole country over content is fucking scary. It makes me not feel safe, but it also motivated me more to make sure I carry myself correctly when I'm in these other people's countries, because this is not America. I will reach out to Austin, hopefully, collab with him or whatever, because now it's just an all-out war. It's an all-out war on black men going places where they're treated best. You know what I'm saying? It's an all-out war on black men choosing to date outside their race. It's just an all-out war, and I'm planting my flag. You know what I'm saying? I'm all for men, going to other countries, going to other, cultures and societies to find wives, to find girlfriends, and if you're traveling for just that, that tricking experience, hey, it's feeding an economy. You know what I'm saying? Part of the tourism economy is the sex tourism economy. If sex tourism didn't exist, the tourist economy will be a third of what it is now. So with that being said, guys, make sure you subscribe to my channel. I'm gonna be doing live stream blitzes, as much as I can, because I want you guys to get used to me getting on here. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to commit to Sundays. Sundays is going to be my Sunday service, and that's why I'm going to commit to, getting on every week. So thank you for hanging out with me for almost 3 hours, and I will see you on my next live stream. Peace out.